Good day to you, my friend, and once again we return back into DML, and we have the Cake Craze event returning for the second time, and in this we can get our hands on this brand new epic diamond scale dragon. I get confused with the fruit, but either way, he's quite a cute looking dragon. I like the greeny scaly stuff on him. You can also buy him in a bundle as well, which I'm not going to do because that's a waste of money, but this is Cake Craze, and of course, just like last time, we have a set of milestones that we have to reach, and for us to unlock the new diamond scale dragon, we have to get 10,000 points in this Cake Craze event. So, along with that, we've also got season points, we've got some gems, enchantment tickets, you know, a few decent goodies, I suppose. But the way that we do this event, as we found out from the first time, was that essentially you don't really ever want to be doing rare or epic quests. Really, you just want to be doing the legendary recipes. So I'm actually going to refresh these, which is a 10-minute refresh period, and you will be refreshing a lot during this event. But essentially, you don't want to be doing any of the quests that don't give you epic or legendary ingredients to complete these legendary quests, because I can't ever see a time where you'd want to do them unless you had absolutely nothing else to do somehow. But you know, this event is basically just reroll central. If you don't have an epic or legendary ingredient, reroll it. And the reason that I do say epic or legendary ingredient is because the legendary quests do use epic ingredients, so feel free to, you know, get a few of the epic ingredients and legendary ones, but of course the legendary ones are probably going to appear the least because they are legendary. But you know, just make sure you are doing exclusively legendary quests. So come back in the game every 10 minutes, reroll, do quests until you hit 10k. That is it. That is how this event works. It is the simplest event in DML, in my opinion, and not really much to it apart from do legendary quests. And as far as I'm aware, it is exactly the same as it was last time, so we don't really have to worry about that too much. Whatever we learnt last time, it's going to be the same here. I did also get lucky last week in the dungeon, and we managed to get our hands on this cute little Snowflake Dragon, which is wonderful because I thought I already had this dragon, but obviously not. I keep thinking that. It's like, no, you don't already have it. You must have had it at a different time, in a different place, in a different land. But either way, we've got a little snowflake, so I'm happy. I think I had to open the purple chest, I think it was 6 or 7 times in the end, but did eventually give it to us. But we got little baby Joko. What, you trying to duplicate names on me? No, Joko, we're not having that. We're not having duplicate names, damn you. Actually, I'm going to rename you right now before I forget. Joko 2. Now it's acceptable. Anyway, let's level up Joko 2 to level 20 and take a look at this little salamandery looking dragon. He does kind of look like a salamander, right? Am I the only one that thinks that? But obviously, salamander covered in icy, snowflakey stuff. I don't know, it's cute. It is cute. I do like the dragons with this body type and just a big fat off tail. Lovely. Either way, a new dragon for the collection. Of course, we've got the bottomless dungeon for this week, which does indeed have the royal dragon in for anyone that doesn't have it. I don't actually have this dragon yet. But nothing too exciting in the dungeon shop, apart from there's some realm pieces which I've been buying. Aside from that, cupcake pieces and nothing else. So this week there's not going to be a whole lot going on in terms of events apart from Cake Craze. So keep that in mind when you are going through. Also remember that in just under 7 days we are going to have the new Dragon of the Month, which does mean that we are going to have the final yearly collection reward finally, hopefully, revealed to us. Because if we don't get it revealed to us then, well, people will be breeding and hatching the Dragon of the Month and we won't have the yearly reward. But I'm really looking forward to getting this final dragon because we're going to get our hands on the Bounty Hunter and Challenger. And you know, Challenger's a wonderful looking dragon with his little knight on his back. So that is going to be less than a week from now. So get your breeding pens ready. So aside from that, all that we've really got to do in DML at the moment is clan stuff. So yeah, it should be easy sailing, easy breezy stuff this week. But main thing about Cake Craze, again, don't stress about the event too much. Just realise that if you've re-rolled 18 times in a row, you might have to re-roll 20 times in a row. It's just how the event is. You know, nothing else to it apart from do those legendary quests. So, the other thing to remember that's going on this week, finally, is the weekly jackpot. And in this, it does last a week. And by you doing things in the ruins, you know, going and exploring, you can win the jackpot reward pieces. So, for example, it says jackpot reward. Each chest obtained in the ruins has a chance to contain the jackpot reward. The amount of the reward is based on the difficulty of the exploration quest. So, that would be, you know, hard would be the best ones to do. And the, you know, generally speaking, if you ever have ruin tokens, just use it on Magma's layer because it is the hardest and the highest tier one that gives the most rewards. So, you know, again, some really, really simple events at the moment. It's like all of these others, Mystic Cave, Ghost Ship, just ignore them. Even though they're basically the exact same thing, they just give less XP. So just make sure if you're ever wasting your ruin token relics, always skip the magma layer and not the others. You know, pretty simple stuff. But for anyone that does want pieces of Snowman, now is your chance to get him. I do, of course, already have this dragon, and I believe I've got a duplicate of this dragon as well. So it's like we've got 1,000 snowmen apparently at the moment. But you know, I'm glad that they are bringing back dragons for people that didn't get them in the past. That is fantastic. The other thing, while we're here, I suppose, is that Sigil campaign so far for people that are still going is mainly legendaries plus common sigils at the moment. And to be honest, I have not run into any issues so far. Not even that plushy dragonfly. He didn't even one-shot anyone. Pardon my destroyed voice, but yeah, I don't think we're going to run into issues on the sigil map for a good while, since I've got my epic wonder. I can also make epics of a few other sigils, but I don't really want to, because if I was going to do it, it would be subdues and reburbs, because I've got 4 rares of each of those. And yeah, they're not going to help me in the map. So rather than that, I'd rather wait for acceptances, which you see I've barely got any uncommons of, and no rares. So the ones that I really need, they are going to take a fat off while. But we'll get there, maybe, one day, possibly. Either that or DML dies, whichever one comes first. But yeah, I wonder what that yearly reward's going to be. I really, really wonder what that yearly reward's going to be. So obviously last year we got the Zodiac Dragon, who was a divine, and he was the Zodiac Dragon because it was the Zodiac collection. Whereas this year we've had sort of a hodgepodge of dragons, like the Adventurers collection, and then the movie collection. So I don't know what dragon they're going to put on there. Maybe they could make it a dragon, you know, to fit the adventurers theme, because we've had things like the bounty hunter and the ranger. So can't we have a dragon? I think that would be cool. I'm pretty sure that is a thing in other games, dragon, but you know, I think it would be suitable. Either way, we'll find out soon, I'm sure. I don't believe they've announced it on any social media yet. I know people were asking about it, but didn't look like they'd actually given any info out. Pesky Gameloft, trying to keep it hidden. Won't be hidden for long. But I'm going to continue with grinding the dungeon, because last week was actually successful. But even though, you know, dungeon is horrifically boring, and it's the exact same thing over and over again, might as well do it. I do realise as well that we would probably get even more success out of this dungeon if we had Ikez with an acceptance instead of one of these two. Because, you know, Ancient ability works really, really well with Wonder Acceptance and Mel. But You know, since Ikez has the Purity Daredevil on him, he's really good for certain battles. And I know that if I change him to be in the dungeon comp, then I'd wish that I hadn't for a different fight, and I'll end up changing the Sigils out. You know, it wouldn't be an issue if Sigils didn't cost trinkets to change, but they do. So, in my attempt to try and save up as many trinkets as possible for upgrades, I just do not like changing Sigils on my team pretty much ever. Which, I think is a really backwards mechanic. I think it needed changing like 3 months ago. But you know, this is the DML that we deal with for now. It's just, it would have been so much easier for people to understand how sigils worked if they just made it so that they didn't have to spend money to change them. It's such a basic thing. Of course people are going to struggle in understanding how sigils work when they can't even change their sigils, like, god damn. Anyway, that is a big complaint of mine. I think sigils in a lot of ways can be quite interesting, but the execution of sigils, man oh man, left a lot to be desired in this game. Same with the communication with pieces for, you know, some of the event dragons recently. Oh god, it makes me feel physically ill thinking about it, but you know, at least some people managed to get 6 that wouldn't have gotten him otherwise. But I still don't like the methods that people had to employ and the gems that had to be wasted on an event that was nearly impossible for most people. Oh well. You know, we've had a few events like that before in DML where they're either impossible or very close to impossible free to play. So, it's not like I don't expect it to ever happen, but, you know, at least we managed to do it in the final reset. I was not going to spend any money, so, thank goodness for that. Still pretty sad, though, that people didn't really get to enjoy DML's anniversary. Instead, they just sort of complained because they couldn't get any of the reward dragons. Oh well. Oh well. For now, I'm going to keep grinding this dungeon and, you know, any of our daily stuff. I'm not going to buy the dungeon bundle, but again, if you really hate Cake Craze but really want this diamond scale, you can buy it. But is it worth £12.50? Ugh. Ugh. Like at least some of the other deals that reduce the gem cost of a dragon, I don't necessarily mind those so much, because at least it's in-game currency. But the actual outright £13 bundle just for an epic, oof, oof, that's a big oofies, and I'm not a fan. But you do you, and if you want to be a super pay-to-win whale and waste all your money, well, I can't stop you. So, have fun with it. But let's come back to Cake Craze very quick before I head off. Again, we got an uncommon and an epic, and even though epics seem like they give a decent amount of points, you're better off refreshing for legendary recipes instead. And here we go, we've got some strawberries, which is fantastic. I will do that, which means it wants us to do a clan quest. So, you know, you want to have your clan quests open. I'm also going to remind you that one of the quests in this does include sigil battles, I believe. So you want to leave your sigil battles until whenever you get a quest for them, or in case you get a quest for them. But I also don't think sigil battles should be tied into the Cake Craze event, but, you know, that's just me, I guess. But we'll come back, at least then we can get that quest, so we'll claim that. That goes on cooldown, and that's an epic recipe. You know what, we'll do this, we'll do the sponge cakes. So again, if we want to explore this ruin, like straight away, there we go, we can do that. Autofill, come back, lovely. And then we can do that one, claim. So essentially, anything that you can do in game, they come up as quests. So normally it's better to, before you do anything else in game, just go into the Cake Craze event, get all of the legendary and epic quests that you can, and finish those off. But it does require you checking these quests, checking your clan quest, checking everything in the Cake Craze before you do anything else. So, you know, have fun playing the entire week around this Cake Craze event. I do hope that you don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of time re-rolling. You probably will. but we can hope, right? But anyway, for now, I do wish you the very best of luck with all of your DML breeding, if you're going for Unicorn or Ranger still, and any other RNG related things in game. But for now, best of luck, and I do hope to see you again.